Please be seated. Well, Merry Christmas. So this is what, like the day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas? Is that it? Is that right? Day 3? No way. It's okay. Well, we'll go with 1, 2 or 3, one or the other. So, but it was making me think. Christmas time always makes me reflect back. I don't know about you guys, but I reflect back a lot. And I remember the first time I celebrated opening packages and stuff like that with Cindy and her grandparents and some others. And, you know, everybody does it differently. Just saying that, just to begin with. Everybody does it differently. And we were sitting in their living room, and it was this beautiful decoration. The tree was pretty. The packages were pretty. We were pretty. Everything, you know, everybody was dressed up and looked good. And so then somebody put all the packages in front of each one of us. You know, do you guys do that? Sitting in a circle, kind of put packages. And then one person opened their gift. And everybody else watched that person open their gift. And I realized, oh my God. We're going to go around and each person is going to open one gift at a time. And did you ever do that? And I got so scared. I was like, I'm going to mess this up. I'm not very good at like pretending like I like a gift I don't like. You know, so it's like if I got one, how am I going to do this? You know, so I go. This is so stupid. I go, hey, I got a good idea. Why don't we just all open our gifts, and if you really like one, you show it. And then if you don't like one, you just kind of put it to the side and don't really say anything about it. Yeah, it was bad. But because they're nice people, they did it, and we all did it. And it got through pretty quick. And Cindy's grandma, I'll never forget this, Cindy's grandma goes, God, it just seemed like Christmas was over so fast. And I'm like, they will never invite me back. No, but it just seemed like Christmas was over. So I'm here to ask you today, when is Christmas over for you? When does it end? And don't say January 6th, because everybody knows. I guess that's true, right? I guess that's true. Okay, so like when I was growing up in the church, this is one of the real gifts I got from being raised in the church, is that Christmas is not just a day. Christmas, at its least, is a season. And ideally, Christmas is something that we hold within our hearts and then share with others every day of the year. So Christmas is not just a day, it's at least a season, and ideally it's something that we share, that lives within us, and we share it with each other throughout the year. The way John's gospel puts it is this way. The Word became flesh and lives among us. The Word became flesh and lives among us. The Word became flesh and lives among us. I was talking to a good friend right before we did centering prayer downstairs the other day, and we were talking about Christmas and all that, and she said something that I thought was so beautiful, captured it so well. She says, for me, Christmas is a focal point, like Christmas Day and the celebration of Christmas is a focal point. And we celebrate the Christ being born in Jesus. And that's the focal point. She said, but then it expands out into the world, into life from there. And the way it expands out into life is through you and through me. Because the Word that was made flesh and lives among us lives in you and lives in me. Christ is born within our hearts, we say during this time of year, so that we can share that love with the world. So you get what that means? So every time I live and you live from a place of love, joy, patience, kindness, gentleness, and self-control, the Word is made flesh in you and in me. So Christmas isn't over. So we could say Merry Christmas. Yeah, you'll seem weird once you leave here. But we can say it at least here, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Because the Word is made flesh and lives in you. So go share it. Merry Christmas.